Reducing energy use during the summer is more important than ever. This summer, IID encourages you to do your part by setting your thermostat to 78 degrees or higher, avoiding the use of large appliances between 4 and 9 p.m., and turning off all unnecessary lighting. But there's more. IID provides a number of summer energy-saving opportunities to help you make the most of your energy savings efforts. Check out our tips and energy saving guides at IID.com. Let's work together to stay cool and save energy this summer.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today, 760-337-8600.
Cada día, el Distrito de Irrigación de Imperial, su entidad pública, ha proporcionado servicio de energía confiable y económico a sus clientes en los valles de Imperial y Coachella. Comparado con otros proveedores de energía, los clientes residenciales, comerciales y gubernamentales del IID ahorran hasta un 50% en sus facturas. Es porque el IID está comprometido a más que solo proporcionar energía. El IID está comprometido con usted. IID, donde los clientes siempre son primero.
At Burgers and Beer, our customers are like family. Let's hear what a few of them have to say about us.
We're here at Burgers and Beer with the best burgers in town.
We get to sit together and enjoy the great food.
I like from Burgers and Beers and the lemonade.
For the fresh iced tea, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
This is wonderful, very fast, very efficient.
I love the great food and family environment.
I love the burgers and the customer service.
So come and see us and find out for yourself at Burgers and Beer.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valleys. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
Welcome to John Kirchenbauer Gym, Holtville High School, to the 59th Holtville Rotary International Invitational Tournament. I'm Will Torres with VSN. Partner tonight is Robert Powell. Robert, welcome to the VSN crew.
Very happy to be here, Will. Thank you.
So one of the things that we're going to do today, Robert is a rules analyst. He's got 28 years refereeing California, Arizona high school wrestling. He's always run the tournament here in Imperial, and for one of the reasons he decided to join us, so we are delighted to have you here to educate the people sometimes on some of the rules that you can't always see unless there's somebody commentating on that, Robert.
Well, every year we have some evolution of the rules and some changes that come along, and one of the big changes that's happened recently is the stalling rules. Stalling is now its own matrix. All the other penalties will be a 1-1-2 and then a disqualification. But the stalling penalties, the kid will get a warning, and then it'll be 1-1-2, and then they're disqualified. But that's a separate matrix from the rest of the penalties.
You know, one of the things I want to speak about, you know, when this being, it really looks like an individual sport, but at the end of the day, it's a team sport because of the team points that are accumulated by the end of the tournament right now. So, you know, we plan to get a little list as soon as they start getting all the numbers together, and we'll keep you guys informed on top of that. But, you know, from what we were looking at, Granite Hills was really up there on top, Robert.
Yes, Granite Hills has had a heck of a showing here today, Will. Just an outstanding tournament. Their head coach, Jesse Serrard, has been the coach there since about 2018 and just done a heck of a job. This is the most finalists Granite Hills has ever had in my recollection in this tournament. So they've had a heck of a showing.
So what are we looking at Valley teams inside the team points here, Robert?
You know, I don't have a rundown of the team points.
I'll get that down right now because they were still working on that. And while we have a second on here, I'd like to note that a lot of these tournaments, next week we will be at Brawley for one of the CIF finals down there. So this is going to be for the next 2 Saturdays. We plan to be there for the CIF finals boys and then the CIF girls back here in Holtville in 2 more weeks.
Yes, sir.
And those things are possible. I'd like to say, but we get a chance right now to thank some of our sponsors: Imperial Valley College, IID, Imperial Irrigation District, Havens Landscaping, been with us since very early on with VSN, El Centro Police Department, Top Notch Barber located in El Centro, RDO Equipment, everything you want to do, contact Chris. Letterman and Bros for everything you need when it comes to your patches and Letterman's jacket. Dom Real Estate, Imperial County Health Department, Reach Medical Services, Driscoll's Intercare, and one of the things that sticks out is the Holtville Rotary Club. You know, you look. I start looking back at the history, and it's so hard to always get those sponsors back all the time. And Holtville, when I think of Rotary, I'm always thinking Holtville Rotary Wrestling Tournament. So congratulations to everybody involved in the Rotary, especially down here at Holtville. You know, it's a proud program. The unity here, you can just feel the energy in the gym right now.
The Holtville Wrestling Tournament is special, Will. In the San Diego section, everybody wants to come here. It's known for very, very tough competition. It's late in the season. There's seeding points on the line. The community does such a great job hosting this tournament. It's a Swiss community. Wrestling is part of their culture. So Holtville is very special. One of the great things about Holtville is we always win one mat for the finals. Not every tournament does that. great awards for the kids. They wrestle their very hardest and best and look forward to this tournament all year.
Yeah, this is VSN's third year that we've been broadcasting live from here, so it's always great to come here. CJ Johnson was gracious and allowed us to give us the opportunity when we were first starting out, and we look forward to it every year. It's exciting to be here, and we're very happy to be here. For example, when you speak of the schools that come here, Robert, last year's winner in 2022, Rancho Bernardo came in first. A Valley school came in second, that was Brawley. And then you had Kofa. Kofa is one of those upcoming schools that you don't hear a lot about, but they have some stud wrestlers on there, Robert.
Yeah, Kofa's got a great tradition in wrestling. They've had a few down years, but they're certainly on their way back, and have had some very up years recently also.
May I take this right here?
Sure.
I'll be right back to you.
And when I'm looking at last year's, this is very interesting, and this is one of the key notes. You have Granite Hills, the number 4 team, and you could tell that they're up and coming, because I look at when they're at today in the finals, Robert, and then they're one of the top points here. So you see that program starting out young and raising up to the top.
Yeah, I was surprised when I showed up this evening at all their finalists. I'm looking at 109, they've got a finalist, 129, let's see, 223, 198, 163. Boy, they've got finalists scattered all through here. So 141 also, 148. 155. They must be winning this tournament. I can't imagine anybody
during
else.
our break right now, I will go get the points for the team points, and I will see if they're ready. So as we get ready to wrestle, we will come back to the introductions. We're only minutes away, as they're already lining them up in the locker room. So once again, I'm Will Torres with Robert Powell. VSN will be right back after this.
Reducir el uso de energía durante el verano es más importante que nunca. Este verano, IID le anima a hacer su parte al ajustar su termostato a 78 grados o más, evitar usar electrodomésticos principales de 4 a 9 p.m. y apagar luces innecesarias. Pero aún hay más. IID ofrece un número de oportunidades de ahorro de energía. Conozca nuestros consejos de ahorro de energía en iid.com. Trabajemos juntos para estar frescos y para ahorrar energía este verano.
Reducing energy use during the summer is more important than ever. This summer, IID encourages you to do your part by setting your thermostat to 78 degrees or higher, avoiding the use of large appliances between 4 and 9 p.m., and turning off all unnecessary lighting. But there's more. IID provides a number of summer energy-saving opportunities to help you make the most of your energy savings efforts. Check out our tips and energy saving guides at IID.com. Let's work together to stay cool and save energy this summer.
Welcome back. I'm Will Torres. With me is Robert Powell as we get ready for the introductions. Robert, as I said, it's very exciting times right now as they start getting ready to announce the wrestlers coming in. That's Mrs. Carrie Ann Johnston announcing over there.
Yeah, the Johnsons always do a great job hosting this tournament. The energy level is certainly up in the gym, and we're getting ready to go. Do we want to run down the team scores?
We're going to hold it off here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So right now, folks, Granite Hills is ahead in this tournament by quite a bit, 311.5 points. Brawley is in second place with 191. Kofa, 189 in fourth place. Holtville in fifth place. Rancho Bernardo in sixth place. San Marcos in seventh place. Eastlake in eighth. Another local school, Imperial. In ninth, St. Augustine, and in 10th, West Hills. Hey, brother. Can you move over that way? Am I going to be in the way of the camera or you guys? Well, the camera will be over your head if you move over a little bit. You just need to see it? Yeah, I just need to see. Thank you.
A junior from Granite Hills High School, Abram Klein, with a record of 20-3, ranked number 2 in the state of California, second at Dr. Buchanan, second ballot in the belt, seventh for the Freestyle Nationals, and second at Masters. His opponent tonight, a freshman from Imperial High School,
Okay, folks, here we go. We're getting ready to go with our 106 pounders. Your referees for this match are Anthony Angelo on the whistle and David Weldon as the assistant. Also, I just want to remind everybody that we have a Best Takedown Award for the finals here, the Benji Rivas Memorial Best Takedown Award. Goes to the best takedown in the finals. It's a real nice award. It's in memorial of a former assistant coach at Holtville High School.
Way to go, Robert. I mean, there's nothing like that national anthem coming through like that. Let's get ready for some wrestling here.
Here we go. Okay, start of the second period. Klein is up 4-0. Quick reversal, make the score 6-0.
Robert, on something like that, what is the correct calling when he's out of bounds? Like, what has to be out of bounds?
Been a lot of discussion on that, but generally you have to have two supporting points from a combination of both wrestlers in bounds for the wrestling to continue. So that could be two knees in bounds by the offensive wrestler, or any part of the defensive wrestler's pinning area counts for both wrestlers being completely in bounds. But those edge of the mat calls, been a lot of discussion in several states on the rules on that. I think we're going to see some changes.
When you mean changes, do you mean like to see more of both of them out or?
Yeah, there's quite a movement for the out of bounds rules to evolve towards the college rule, which is one supporting point, just even a fingertip of one wrestler in bounds, and wrestling continues. The problem is we don't think our gyms or our facilities may be able to accommodate that.
Okay, cool.
So Klein has held him in near fall criteria for at least a 2 count. That brings up 2 more near fall. Score is 8-0. Start the 3rd period, should be Red's choice. Red's choosing neutral. I think we'll see Red try for a big move and try and put him on his back and catch up a bit here.
It always seems to me, Robert, that the lighter weights, they never run out of energy.
They're always high energy matches. The athletic abilities of these kids at this level is really something to see. Two takedown, 2 more near fall. Score is 12-0. And that'll finish it up. That's a technical fall.
So when you talk about technical fall, it's also in the finals. I just thought it was regular, but in the finals, and what about in CIF? Does that continue in CIF also?
Yes, sir. In any match, when one wrestler gets up by 15 points on the other one, that's considered a technical fall. But they won't stop the match immediately if they're on their back, because he's still going to get an opportunity to pin them. But as soon as they come out of that pinning situation, we'll go ahead and blow the whistle and stop the match and award it. Okay, a good start on the night. And for our 116-pound match, we have Carlo Areola against Damian Moreno. Moreno is a defending Arizona State champion. Areola took 2nd at CIF last year and 3rd in Masters. So we're going to see one of the very best wrestlers in the San Diego section against the defending Arizona State champ. Should be very interesting. The referee is David Weldon on the whistle, assisted by Carl Clifford. So, Will, these are 2 kids. A lot of kids are raised on graham crackers and milk. You can bet these kids were raised on wrestling.
It's just amazing the speed and the quickness that these kids have. Plus, the endurance is always there. Robert, one of the other things, there will be a crowned CIF champion. Now, when they go to Masters, is there also a team champion in the Masters division?
Yes, Will. That's an unofficial score, but
okay.
It does matter and it is kept track of.
Okay, because it changed because everybody goes. There's only one Masters. It's not broken up in divisions.
That's correct. Masters is where we gather all of our divisional qualifiers into the Masters tournaments, and the top guys from there go on to the state tournament.
And this year, Masters will be held at Mission Hills, I believe.
It's regularly held there, so that doesn't surprise me. They do rotate it from North County to South County and even out in the valley, though. And there's a 2 takedown for Red. And an escape by Areola.
I see a coach. Is he calling a timeout right now? He can do that?
Yeah, the coach can come to the table. Officially, if the time isn't changed, the score isn't changed, then he should get warned for misconduct. That doesn't happen every time. But that certainly is technically the rule.
So at no time during the match can the coach call a timeout?
Not when, they shouldn't be calling it when there's action. They can go and stand at the table, but the referee's generally not going to blow his whistle until there's a break in the action.
Okay. And he stops it for blood or anything else, right?
Yes, sir. And a tight match. Scores 2-2. Marino is the son of the coach that set up the storied Cibola program over in Yuma, Coach Marino, Pepe Marino, who also wrestled at ASU. There's a warning stalling for green. Take down red. There's the end of the second period. Starting the third period here, it'll be Red's choice. No surprise, Red chooses down.
What do you feel the advantage is in choosing down?
Normally, it's felt that there's a lot better opportunity to score points.
Well, with that 1 point escape, right?
Yes, sir. It's pretty hard to hold somebody down for a full period. So most good wrestlers in most situations are going to choose down. Or they're going to defer in the first half so they can in the second period so they can go ahead and make that choice in the third period. Ooh. Close to a slam there.
So that slam, of course, would be called an illegal move.
Yes, sir. Some might call it as unnecessary roughness, but in the end, the result's the same. It's a 1 point penalty. skate by Moreno. One minute left. A 5-4 match here, Will. 6-4, excuse me. Good tight match.
Yeah, and it's good to see the Yuma program. You know, you always hear, when you hear about the Yuma, the Copas, you rarely hear about them in other sports, but not because of that Yuma Catholic deal. But, you know, we're starting to see the Cibola Raiders right here, and then you're starting to see the Copa Kings wrestlers. So it's good to see those programs sticking with, you know, with their, how can I say it, with their schools, you know.
Yeah, there's some good wrestling over in Yuma. They tend not to come to this tournament because it's late in the season. They don't want to risk injury to their guys. Their season ends a little bit earlier than our season. So there's a tendency for them not to come to the Holtville tournament just because it's so late in the season for them, and they're trying to tune the kids up for the postseason.
Who is one of the top schools? Which is one of the top schools in Yuma right now when it comes to wrestling?
Well, I think the one that's really up and coming is Yuma Catholic. The Yuma High coach moved over there and has the ambition to build that into a national program, and he'll probably accomplish that at some point.
As we look on the mat, there is a Brawley wrestler out there, and to no surprise, wrestling I cannot tell what school he's from.
That's a Rancho Bernardo, Jacob Jones.
Oh, they're the Broncos.
Yes. Right. And Rancho Bernardo's up by 2. Now, Rancho Bernardo has been dominating this tournament in the past few years, but this year seems to be a different story. They're only in 5th place right now.
I did talk to Oren, the one that started the program, not the program, the one that started with BSN announcing here, and he actually stays on top of it, and I'm sure he's watching right now. So he's living up in Las Vegas now, but he did say they're down this year a little bit, so he still keeps track of all the San Diego County, and he's a Rancho Buena Vista alumni, so he's always stays on top of that.
Oh yeah. Coincidentally, the head coach at Rancho Bernardo, Joe, is a Holtville native.
That's exactly right.
A product of the Holtville program.
Exactly right. I remember that from the previous years.
Okay, we got a 2-0 score, first period. Looks like we're going to have some near fall here. And it'll be a 3 near fall. Scores 5-0. We're heading into the second period. Velez has already had a good season. Will, he placed first at the Carlsbad tournament and first at the El Cajon tournament. Took first at CIF last year and 4th at Masters.
So, yeah, those are pretty impressive places to be placing at.
He's got his hands full today.
And like we talked earlier, no strangers to each other, because the chances of them meeting, not always in the finals, but they will be meeting up most likely on their way up to the finals.
Oh, sure. Well, they won't meet each other usually on the way to the finals. They're coming up from separate sides of the bracket. But rest assured, these kids know each other and probably have been seeing each other for years. Bit of a scramble here. Two reverse.
Talking with Billy Brewer, athletic director from Brawley Union High School, one of the things he mentioned to me was when they start, they keep the traditional population of your school, and that's how they break up the divisions. That used to be for all sports, where now it's different in football and other sports, but wrestling still kept that traditional, the population of your school, which look, there is no right formula for that stuff, but I think in wrestling it does work.
Yeah, certainly a controversial topic, right?
Yes.
But I think it's worked well in wrestling to keep it as it is. Brawley is definitely one of the best wrestling programs in the entire Southern California, and even at Masters, when scores are kept, they're usually in the top 3 or 4 teams, and that's from a small school, so that's impressive.
Well, when you start talking 21 CIF titles, yeah,
definitely a wrestling culture up there. Looks like Jacob is well in control of this match. Well, it's 7-0 into the second period. Brawley chooses neutral. Look for a big takedown here in the third period. Incidentally, both of these wrestlers are champions of the El Cajon tournament, so at least one of them has changed weights.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So yeah, you can't have them in that same division.
Yep.
And most of the times they do that, it's for team points after that, or just sometimes they didn't make the weight, or they want to cut more.
Yeah, well, the weights go up after Christmas, so there's a bit of a growth allowance, and a lot of kids will use that to cut one more weight class. And of course, these top wrestlers are looking at the competition.
Yeah. One thing about this crowd, Robert, it can actually, you can hear a pin drop, and then it gets loud as heck. I mean, from like that.
You bet. And we have a Holtville kid in the finals, and I imagine we'll be rocking for that one. But here we've got another local product coming up. Let's see. Kareem Alal from Brawley. He's a senior, and he is going to be up against Sweatos from Granite Hills, a junior. Alal is he's a CIF champion from last year. Sweatos took second at CIF.
So with 125 left, what was that call right there, Robert?
That was a stalemate. Referee didn't feel like there was going to be any improvement by either wrestler, and rather than just let them sit and run the timeout, he started them back up in the neutral position.
Great. That just gives it more action on the match.
Two more near fall awarded by referee Tony Oliveira.
When you speak of referees, this is one thing. Is there a shortage in wrestling referees here in Imperial Valley, or let's just say in the program itself, in any program?
Absolutely. We have the hardest time finding people to referee, and it's gotten worse. And my understanding is that's the case in just about every sport.
No, it is.
We have a real tough time finding officials.
Because what I do notice that you can just tell a veteran referee, you know, I mean, it's pretty obvious because their mechanics are always crisp. They're not sloppy on the mat or nothing like that. And it just goes to show, I go, maybe the turnover's not that high, but you got to have youth to continue that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You know, we do our very best to serve these kids, serve these programs, you know, with good, competent officiating, and it does take a few years to train up a ref and get them to the level to do an event like this. And there's a lot of mechanics and a lot of things that they do that aren't in the rule book that aren't really evident to the average watcher.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, nice spin out, Whitelaw. Oh. Sweatos is well in control of this match. Another stalemate.
I really hope our audience can hear. We have a mic on the floor right there, but I really hope that when a wrestler is shooting in, they can actually hear the sound of the bodies. Just that's muscle on muscle right there. I mean, we can hear it. And I mean, it's on both sides, you know.
Definitely some physical sounds coming off that mat.
Yeah, I'm curious to look back at this and see if not, we need to make it so that people could get that mic a little bit closer. And the thing is, there is no movement of the body. It's just stopping right there. It's just blunt force.
Yeah, you consider that these kids are wrestling at, you know, pretty low body fat, and those bodies are pretty solid.
Yeah.
Here's an escape. 9-1. This match is pretty much completed. Okay, we're gonna move on. To the 135-pound weight class. We should have Brandon Eusebio from Rancho Bernardo against Blaze Ackerman from St. Augustine. Eusebio is a runner-up in the LCC Hamada Classic, one of the very, very tough tournaments down in San Diego section. So that's a great showing. Also third at 5 counties, one of the premier tournaments in Southern California. So he's having a heck of a good season. And let's see, Ackerman took second at El Cajon and fourth at LCC. And he's a second placer at CIF and sixth at last year's Masters. There's a quick stalling call. Good call. If you notice that Red backed up every step. Right back off the mat. Good takedown call by the referee there. And Green is letting him up and choosing to start in the neutral position, so that'll go down as an escape for Red. scramble, good out of bounds call.
Well, talk about two wrestlers that really mimic each other.
Yeah, I think Eusebio seems to be a little bit better on his feet and a little bit more the aggressor. But yeah, they seem to be pretty evenly matched so far.
During these blood timeouts right here, I've seen wrestlers where, like, they will continue. They just plug up their nose with paper, and then, you know, I mean, it is going to be a disadvantage, but they're not going to stop the match. Hey, listen, you just got to breathe out of your mouth because they're not going to stop it, right?
Well, no, we're required to stop the match when we see blood, but they get 5 minutes cumulative of clock time to go ahead and stop that bleeding, and usually we'll sort of encourage the coach to control that bleeding and then clean the kid and the mat up on our time. So we don't want to see a kid disqualified for bleeding. Out of bounds. Be a 2 takedown and a 3 near fall awarded by Bernardo Felix. Red defers to green, green chooses neutral. He's going to get hit with stalling. That's going to be 1 point.
So on their second warning, they get penalized 1 point?
Yes, they get one warning, and then it's a penalty. The second time it'll be a point, and the third time it'll be 2 points, and the opponent will get their choice of position.
Whoa.
Usually by this time we've seen a good takedown in the finals that'll qualify for that Benji Rivas award. Still looking for that spectacular takedown that usually wins it in the finals here.
Talk a little bit about Benji Rivas there.
Yeah, Benji was an assistant coach here for several years at Holtville, well respected, well liked guy who passed away. And his father still supports this tournament and supports that award that's given out to the best takedown in the finals every year. And his father, along with the officials and a couple other of the tournament officials, will be the judges for that award. But it's usually unanimous. There's usually not much controversy. We'll probably see a good one here. And there's a real nice drop, lateral drop. An 11-point differential here. Eusebio is well in control. Oh my goodness. That may be one of the finalists for that award.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about. When they plug up one nostril, you could just tell he's breathing out of his mouth. But, you know, I don't think it slowed him down his energy one bit.
He's some of these kids, you know, they have a blood vessel in their nose that gives them problems. It's probably not the first wrestling match he's bled in. And I'm sure he doesn't even feel it at this point. Okay, coming up on the 141-pound weight class, we've got Devin Wells from Granite Hills and Jack Harrison from Rancho Bernardo. Two well-established and storied wrestling programs in the San Diego section. Chris Plattis is your official on the whistle. Oh my goodness. Well, this is why we came, folks. The match is stopped for a potentially dangerous hold.
Yeah, and one thing that the screen's not showing here is the body English from these coaches. I mean, they're right on top of the refs, and you know, it's an emotional sport. I mean, granted, I mean, this thing, it's right on the mat, and I can see these type of things happening, especially you're talking with experienced refs, you're talking about experienced coaches that know the rules.
Yeah, you know, these coaches live and bleed with these kids, and they're out there in a tough situation. The kid's given everything he has, and it's emotional. It's emotional for the parents, the spectators, and especially the coaches.
But you're right. This is what it's all about right here in the finals.
Yep. It's not an easy thing to watch these kids sacrifice, you know, for years on end to do well in this sport, and it's often very emotional for them.
Once again, I'm Will Torres. With me is Robert Powell, referee official for the Wrestling at California, Arizona, 28 years official. And we'd like to say thank you to the Holtville Rotary Invitational Wrestling Tournament. Big part of this Holtville tournament here in Holtville, California, inside Viking Gym.
Well, the Rotary Club does such a great job supporting wrestling in Holtville. It's just a wonderful thing, supporting these kids. We'll often see them at the tables helping keep score and just showing up. It's a great thing.
So I'm thinking after 59 years, they've always been the sponsor?
You know, that's a great question, Will. I don't know. I have no idea, unfortunately. So Wells is up by 1 point. 45 seconds left in the second period.
Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. He rewarded. Explain that one.
It was a little bit of a scramble, but he put him in near fall criteria. And once the one wrestler is in near fall criteria and starting to fight off his back, pretty much that's going to be a takedown if he's being controlled. So I'm sure that's what the ref was looking at. Some other refs might have awarded that a little bit earlier than that, but not a bad call. And he got his 2. We'll look to see red let him up and go to the neutral position here. That's a warning stalling on green.
With a minute and 10 seconds left to go.
That's a good call. That's potentially dangerous.
Well, there's nothing like having 3 referees on the mat, though, right?
Yeah, plus the coaches. Don't forget them.
Well, that's what I included him. That was the third one right there, Rancho Bernardo.
Yeah.
Now, he's the Holtville native, is that correct?
Yes, that's Joe Terabellini,
yeah.
And definitely has built a great program there at Rancho Bernardo. .35 seconds, looking for some near fall here. He's down by 1. .18 seconds left. Granite Hills fans are looking for a stalling call.
Great match. That's just a great match right there. So the Granite Hills kid, was he warned on stalling right there?
Let's see. Yes, he had 1 warning for stalling, I believe.
And what about at the end of the match right there?
Well,
I thought I read his lips saying, I wasn't stalling.
I didn't see that.
Okay, so do you think the referee's talking to him, hey, you're stalling before he calls it? Does that happen?
No, well, the referee will never say green or red, you're stalling, because that's coaching, and we don't do that. Now, they may say action, trying to encourage action on both wrestlers' parts. You'll hear them say that a lot, or improve. They'll say improve to try and avoid calling a stalemate.
Okay, that's a great point right there. You're right. You're exactly right when it comes to that. Yeah. And they automatically know, hey, so, I'm going to call it.
Yes. If a kid hears action or hears improve, then he may well know that he's got a stalling call coming. Okay, so we're at 148 pounds. We've got Marcos Caro of Rancho Bernardo against Ryan Carroll of Granite Hills. Caro is a junior, and Carol is a 10th grader.
Once again, we are VSN. Please don't forget to follow and like on our social media platform on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram as we continue to follow high school actions here at Holtville Rotary Invitation Wrestling Tournament.
32 teams in the tournament this year, Will. That's a good showing. Marcus Caro with the 2 takedown awarded. Jacob Anderson on the whistle. He's one of our newer refs from lives in Yuma but works over in the Imperial Valley, and this is pretty much his first big tournament. He's doing a fine job.
And when you say newer, like, for instance, how many years does he have? Because, you know, he's under the watchful eye right here of all these veteran referees.
Sure, yeah. You know, we all evaluate each other. You just can't get away from it. But Jacob is a longtime official of a lot of sports, but he's pretty new to wrestling. I think he refereed it for a few years, several years ago, and then came back to it just last year. So real happy to have him. Another one of those blood times. Looks like Carroll's got a little bit of blood coming out of his nose there. As soon as the coach controls it, he will come off of bleeding time. Marcus Caro has a record this year of 31-5. Ryan didn't put down his, Ryan Carroll did not put down his record, but Carroll is a sophomore. Boy, what a great showing for a sophomore in this tournament. And Caro is a junior. both placed at Masters last year, with Carol taking 5th at Masters and Caro taking 3rd at Masters.
How much weight does each wrestler get after the winter break?
There's a 2-pound growth allowance. 2 pounds in early January. These kind of breaks are not something usually either wrestler likes, because they've worked so hard to get in shape, and both feel that they're at an advantage when wrestling is, is continuous.
And it's pretty obvious to me there is no coaching in between a medical break, right?
Well, no, while he's up there, the rule is while he's up there attending to his blood, the coach can coach him. That was a rule change from several years ago.
Both wrestlers?
Both wrestlers can be coached during that period, yes. More blood time. He's only got 5 minutes cumulative to control this, so hopefully he'll get it controlled, maybe with some tape this time.
Oh, so you're telling me that if it took 2 minutes in that first period and it takes another 2 minutes, that's
4 minutes.
That's 4 minutes, and then okay. And so what happens after that 5th minute?
If the bleeding is not controlled within 5 cumulative minutes, then he's disqualified. It's an injury disqualification.
Yeah, that does suck like that, especially, I mean, I'm sure there's been instances where a wrestler has actually been in the lead and that happened.
I saw it happen in the finals of the El Cajon tournament a few years ago. The coach just wasn't prepared with stuff to stop bleeding. A lot of these coaches are carrying little nose plugs with them so that they can stick it right up there right away, put a little roll of tape on it, and the guy will be good to go within 20 or 30 seconds.
And like you said earlier, a lot of these wrestlers, if it's known something that's happened, they come prepared that way.
Sure. And
well, this is a little bit different because I'm used to seeing mothers run down the field from the stands.
Yeah.
So wrestling is a little different sport in that aspect.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking that this guy's mom has probably seen him bleed a few times.
Yeah.
And is used to this. The kid's not in any pain. He just needs to control that bleeding a little bit and get on with it.
Now, as we watch him pace the mat right here, and you're exactly right. Nobody wants this timeout. They're eager to get it going.
You bet. But hopefully they've got the bleeding controlled, or they will pretty quick, because starting to use some substantial time here. Sure hate to see. Okay, see there, and what you've got, the bleeding should be considered controlled at this point. And now they're just going to let the coach prep the kid a little bit, because, again, we don't want to see a kid disqualified for this.
Right. So actually what you're saying is the clock is stopped right now.
It should be, yeah. He's probably got a plug up his nose. It's kind of hard to see across the mat exactly what's going on, but should be a plug up his nose. And once that bleeding's controlled, then you can use the referee time to go ahead and make it so it won't come out again. And I'm sure that's what they're doing. So hopefully this will be a more permanent fix.
Well, I'm not a medic or nothing, but if the blood doesn't stop, it's got to come out somewhere. So have you seen instances where it's come out of the mouth?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah,
the kid will swallow and start spitting it up.
He starts spitting up blood that way, yeah. Wow.
Okay, back to the wrestling. We're starting the 3rd period here. It's Green's choice. Caro is green. He's choosing down. He's got a 2-point lead. There's another stalemate where the referee felt like there was not much chance for either kid to improve, so I'll go ahead and give them a fresh start.
1:20 still left in the match.
There's a warning for stalling. It's another stalemate.
19 seconds left in the match. Third period, of course. Five seconds. Now, did you feel that was stalling?
Yeah, I think a good case could have been made for you know, for penalizing the bottom wrestler for not showing enough action. It's always a question of consistency.
Yeah. And this is exactly like you had mentioned earlier. This is, and I'm not saying that unqualified to be here, but these are part of the growing pains of becoming an official. Look, what everybody has to, look, the day you're perfect, you better quit, because that's not going to happen.
That's right. There isn't anybody that doesn't make a mistake. That's for sure.
And that's not so much a mistake. That's more of a judgment. You would rule on that. And it's just something, like you said, I think the word you used was consistent.
Yes, yes. And that's all the coaches really want to see out of us.
Yeah.
Stalling's hard to be consistent on, for sure. So now we're in the 155-pound weight class. Colin Guffey from Granite Hills, he's got a 35-2 record. He is got the red anklet band on. And Tyler Brown from Mission Hills got a 17-2 record. Got a trio of first place finishes in tournaments this year. Mission Hills, San Pasqual, and Holtville from last year. So having a good season so far. And Guffey's got a first place in the Reno Tournament of Champions. My goodness. That's one of the premier wrestling tournaments. He's an All-American. So,
have you had the opportunity to go to Bakersfield when the state finals come in?
Yes, I've been to Bakersfield once as a spectator, and I went once to Stockton as an official when the state tournament was held in Stockton.
Oh, pretty cool. That is the ultimate right there, isn't it?
It's the ultimate for every referee. Yeah, to get selected to the state tournament, you know, in most states, especially California, is a big deal.
Now, what about Arizona? How does that work over there when it comes to in the playoffs, world playoffs? Is that what it's called, the playoffs?
Well,
no.
Arizona has qualifying tournaments to get to the state tournament. But what's different about the California state tournament and what California is known for is there is one state tournament.
Yeah.
So you have a state winner in every weight class, and there's only one. Arizona has 4 different divisions, so Arizona is actually running 4 different tournaments all at the same day.
Now, when you mention that, that's what the now commissioner of CIF in the southern section, San Diego section, is trying to do, along with the whole state of California, CIF. They're trying to crown one champion, whether it be in football and in baseball and in soccer. I mean, soccer is not the whole state of California. They cut it up in half, but that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the Texas style one state champion.
Yeah, I tell you, if you place as a wrestler in the California state tournament, any of the top 8, you are likely a state champion in many other states.
Wait, let me rephrase that. When I said football, you're right. They'd still break it up in divisions like the way Arizona. But Arizona, they do that in wrestling where California doesn't. Is that correct?
Yes. And,
okay.
And there's always a lot of discussion about that. Some people would like to see the California state tournament broken up into school sizes, and some want to keep it just as it is. No takedown yet awarded. Out of bounds. Referee is Phil Falkenstein. Sonia, if you're watching, Phil wanted me to say hello to you. Hope you're having a nice evening at home.
Well, Phil is one of those referees. Of course, I've known him from previous years, but he is one of those. I like seeing the dedication in these officials. You know, if I hadn't come, following up a couple of years with the wrestling, I would have never, outside of this, I would have known he was wrestling. So it's good to see people from the community. Good to meet, the referees, and to tell you the truth, good to see there's plenty of referees to go around in this type of tournaments.
Yes, sir. We're having a little hard time covering all the tournaments right now because we've got girls wrestling, so that that's become a bigger thing. So that's putting a little more stress on our numbers, and we definitely could use some more women officials too. We'd love to see the women come out and officiate.
Are you saying there is some women right now officiating for Imperial Valley Association?
Not in the Imperial Valley, but San Diego's got a few that I know of, and there's a few over in Arizona, and we definitely need more. So, ladies, if you're watching and listening, former wrestlers, wrestling fans, please consider it.
Well, the way the girls' wrestling programs are just booming in the state of California, I don't know about the other states, but they are booming. In Imperial Valley for sure, and then San Diego section, because every year there's just more people and more weights are filled. I mean, 2 years ago, not all the weights were filled when it came to a wrestling tournament. Now in Imperial Valley, when there's a wrestling tournament, the weights are starting to fill up a lot right there. So that should move over to getting women refereeing, which I'm all for that.
Oh yeah, it's women's wrestling is becoming a big deal. Well, I tell you, Tyler Brown is hanging very tough in this match and doing a great job against one of the better wrestlers around. See if he can get up and score a point here. A lot of folks would have thought that vault was illegal, but as long as the opposing wrestler is on his knees, that's not an illegal move. It's only when he's standing that that's an illegal move. And a pin by Guffey. folks, we're moving on to the 163-pound weight class. It'll be Zachary Waterhouse from Granite Hills against Seth Heighton from Holtville. Look for the crowd to get involved in this one. Zachary had a first place finish at the Granite Hills Invitational and a third at La Costa Canyon. Eiton had a fourth at 5 counties, a sixth at the Hamada, and a first at the Battle by the Beach. And first last year at CIF, fifth at Masters. Eiton is a junior and Waterhouse is a senior. Heighton won the toss. He is chosen down at the start of the second period. One escape. Seth Eiton definitely comes from a wrestling family here in Holtville. That's a known wrestling name for sure.
Well, yeah, when you speak of Eiton, I'm sure it's not only just wrestling, but also baseball, right?
Yeah, I think there's a warning stalling for green.
Now, I saw the semifinal with Eiton. He was actually down and came back to win it on a pin.
Oh, is that right?
That was amazing. And yeah.
Okay, that's a warning stalling on red. He looks like he held up the wrong wrist and corrected it. So that's a warning stalling red. It's a warning on Eiton. Referee felt like he wasn't working for a pin. This will be Waterhouse's choice, and he has chosen neutral. 3-0, third period.
With the sound of that crowd, you can only tell he's from Holtville.
Yeah, they tend to show up for the finals of this tournament, that's for sure. There's a stalemate on the edge of the mat.
Okay. Now, I really, what's going on here? Why is Mr. C.J. Johnson pretty upset here?
I think he wants to see a warning for stalling for the bottom man.
Oh, okay.
He feels like he's not seeing him work for an escape. And as you can tell, the bottom man is not basing up. But it's kind of questionable why. I mean, he's down by 5 points. You'd think he'd want to get up and score some points here.
And to the light of the Holtville crowd here, Eiton takes the win.
They have records going back to the beginning of this tournament on who the champions were, so he'll go down in history for winning this tournament. Good for him. Okay, the 173-pound class, we've got Varric Shoup from Carlsbad with a 27-7 record against David Mitrovich from Eastlake. He's at 29-5. With a first at Carlsbad, a fifth at LCC, and a second at El Cajon. And Shoup has got a first at San Pasqual, a second at Orange Glen, and a third at Mission Hills. The gym is still buzzing. Official on the whistle is Dave Weldon. It's a good call. Left toe is out. There's a warning for stalling on Mitrovic. Working the edge of the mat and backing up. And a 2 takedown for Shoup. Potentially dangerous. Green with a 2-0 lead is chosen down. That'll be Shoup down in the second period. And one escape awarded by referee David Weldon.
David Weldon is the president of the wrestling officials of Imperial County.
Yes, he is. He's also a long time. There's a warning or a stalling call on red for backing up, so that'll be a one point penalty.
If I recall, he used to be involved with the Central Union High School wrestling program. Is that correct?
Yes, longtime coach of the Central High School, and then he moved over to Southwest and was the head coach there for several years before moving into officiating. Teaches mathematics at Southwest High School. He'll be awarding a 2 takedown there. And it looks like Shoup is well in control of this match, Will. Looking for back points here. Not in near fall criteria yet. This will be Mitrovic's choice, and we'll look for him to take down or neutral. He's going to choose neutral. Look to get a big takedown and put Shoup on his back. I think if Shoup keeps shooting for a takedown, we'll probably see another stalling call on Mitrovic. You can see that he's just pressing the attack. I've been calling this backwards. I apologize, folks. I've had the wrestlers misnamed. That's apologize for that. Mitrovic is in the lead for Eastlake. Mitrovic in green with the green anklet and Shoup with the red. There's another 2 points for Mitrovic. Eight 0. 20 seconds left.
Two seconds, and that's what it's going to end.
Yep, that'll wrap that one up. This will bring up the 185-pound weight class with Mason Walsh from Carlsbad and Ryder Dearborn from West Hills. Walsh is a defending Masters champion. Took first at CIF also last year and first at Mission Hills. He was a top 12 in the state last year. Dearborn has a 6th at 5 counties, 2nd at Mission Hills. Also placed in the Doc Buchanan. Oh, 1 and 2 at the Doc Buchanan, I'm sorry. And 2 and 2 at the state tournament last year. Got some bleeding time here after the takedown, the near fall.
And while we have a minute right here, we'd like to, this tournament, there's a lot of things that go behind the scenes, of course, and one of them is Principal Arevalo that really is supportive of this wrestling program. He's a principal here at Holtville High School. They have athletic director / everything else, CJ Johnston, his wife, Carrie Ann, did a wonderful job announcing all the wrestlers in here. And, there's numerous people behind the scenes that are just helping us, create this live stream, what it is today. Hope everybody's out there enjoying. Don't forget to like and follow VSN, Valley Sports Network.
Just have to say that Valley Sports Network is doing such great things for the high school athletes in this area. I just think it's the greatest thing, Will.
Well, like I tell people, we didn't invent it. We just tried to make it better. And a lot of it has to do with the crew. As you can see, we're a skeleton crew today. It's self, Will Torres, Joaquin, the wizard behind the keyboard, keeping us in check all the time. And, of course, Saul Peña on camera right here. So thanks to them. Thanks to all the VSN crew that make this possible. As we enter the third period now. Is that correct, or is it the start of the second?
Should be the start of the second, I believe. Yep, start of the second. And like Dearborn has chosen down. So Walsh is apparently only a junior, and last year as a sophomore took first at Masters.
Whoa. Do you know if he took Masters in the same class weight?
I don't know. I do not know that. I would guess at that age, though, he's grown a little bit.
Yeah, that tends to be the path that they take, especially when they're winning Masters as a sophomore. Incredible task right there. Not just winning, just showing up. Just being one of the top 3 wrestlers over there in the Masters at a young, whether you're a freshman, sophomore, even junior year.
Yeah, and was in the top 12 in the state last year, too. So I'm sure his goal this year is to get a state medal. That's a warning on the top guy. Carl Clifford on the whistle. That's a little subtlety of the rules there, Will. The only time we stop a match for stalling is to warn the top guy when both referees are down on the mat. Otherwise, we don't stop the match for warning or penalizing stalling.
And that's rarely called. Is that correct, or is that more common than not?
No, that's a pretty common call for sure. Okay, now he's worn green on bottom for stalling. So we've got each wrestler has been worn now.
No lack of quickness there.
I was going to say, so much quickness.
Yeah.
Especially for a big guy. There's one green. One green for red. That's a stalling call on red for pushing him out of bounds.
Well, these refs cutting no slack on that stalling call.
It's been a point of emphasis in the last few years.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I mean, if you look at it that way, I mean, they just get the action going.
Now we're going to have the coaches come to the table and question that call. That's a judgment call, and we'll see if they get a misconduct after he explains his call to them. Yep, there's the warning for misconduct.
Now, I thought you were being a little sarcastic when you said that, where he might have said something that he didn't like, but what you're actually saying, if he's going to stop the thing, you better be able to change my mind. If not, we're calling an unsportsmanlike conduct on you?
No, that's a misconduct. That's a different call. They get a warning the first time and a penalty the second time. It always goes against the head coach. And that's absolutely the right call, Will. That's a judgment call that he came to the table on, and he has the right to do that, but he also pretty much knows he's going to get a misconduct call. It's only a warning. He doesn't really care.
No, I get it. It's like a sideline warning in football. Listen, he just wants to get his attention. Hey, listen, I don't let him be aware of that I didn't like that call.
Yep.
And it's done in a professional way. There's, like you said, there's really nothing wrong with it. He knows.
Yep. He gets his time at the table no matter what, you know.
Just out of curiosity, it doesn't carry over if another kid's wrestling. It only stops at this match right here?
No, that'll go against him the entire day.
Whoa, that's a little different, though.
Yes, sir, but we're almost done with the night. And
yeah,
so
you got to know when to use it.
Yes. By the way, the official Carl Clifford just made the exact same call on the other wrestler for pushing out of bounds on the other side. So.
Six seconds to go in the match.
He's going to go ahead and stalemate it. Mason Walsh is your champion, 185. Okay, we've got another local boy coming up here at 198 pounds, Robert Platt, a wrestler that has just really come on this year. Wrestling for Brawley against Kagan Croner of Granite Hills. This should be a good one.
Well, you know, talking to Robert Platt Jr. prior to the finals right here, he did guarantee me I'm going to put on a show, so let's see what Robert Platt can do. And, you know, as I've been following him, as a lot of other people, he's a standout football player, standout wrestler, so this guy's just what I would call an athlete.
He's certainly showing himself to be the aggressor so far. Shot in on a high single. Whoops. That was just an inadvertent headbutt is what that was. Beautiful ankle hit by Platt. 1, heading in the second period. It'll be Green's choice. Green's choosing down.
.20 seconds to go in the second period. Five.
Got him for a 5 count. Should be a 3 near fall coming up. Scores 9-1. Start of the third period.
Well, it looks like
Platt is chosen down.
Kroger is making him work for it today.
There's going to be a locking hands. That'll be 1 point for Platt and a 2 takedown. There's an exception to the stalling rule, Will, when one wrestler is being dominated by the other. They generally won't make that call. And that may be what we're going to see here in the third period. A 13-1 score. I think Platt was one match from placing at the state tournament last year.
Yeah, not only that, Platt, as a freshman, has been going to the state championship. So, you know, and there's the thing, a lot of these strong wrestling programs from the high school level, if you look back at it, a lot of their juvenile, a lot of their youth programs are just as strong, and that's what's making, in their community, that's what's making that program so strong. I know, for example, in Brawley, the Gladiators, they've always had a very strong program. And you know, during those COVID years, everything broke up, but I do see a little bit of movement where the Gladiators are moving again.
Yeah, Brawley's always had a great feeder program, just feeding that machine every year, and that's a critical component to these, you know, established wrestling programs.
Richard Norwood, another guy I know from El Centro, out of the Southwest area, helping coach Southwest Eagles down there. He's got, you know, everybody's trying to start that program. So credit to all those youth coaches that just want to keep that going, you know.
Yeah, that's those guys are definitely the unsung heroes of these established wrestling programs. You know, you just can't do it without a good feeder program. It was a big victory for Platte, 15-2.
Yeah, and you see a victory like that, and you almost think he's disappointed. And, you know, he's such an aggressive stud athlete, you know. I mean, the guy dominates at everything he does in the sports world right there. But, yeah, I'm sure he probably had a pin, and you know, nothing's granted easy anytime you reach the finals in anything you do.
Yeah, I think that's a kid that just loves to wrestle, and it shows. Okay, 223, we got another local product here. David Martinez of Brawley with the 13-5 record. Took 5th at CIF last year and 4th at Masters. He was a placer at the El Cajon tournament. And Joseph Smith, nothing on his bio. Joseph is a sophomore from Granite Hills. There's 2 takedown awarded by official Bernardo Felix. Martinez is certainly working for the fall. There's a warning stalling on red. And a bleeding call.
So now, I mean, I'm pretty sure with Granite Hills running away, and we will be able to post the team points and all the awards afterwards on our social media pages on Instagram, Facebook, and you know, because there is awards here. There's that they give out at the end of the tournament, I think, for a lower weight, upper weight, and then there's the team championship. And then I think you were talking about the best pin of the night, or
there's the best takedown in the finals, and yeah, most outstanding lightweight wrestler and a most outstanding heavyweight wrestler. So not only, you know, the placer medals to give out, but several other awards too, plus the team trophies.
Yeah. So we will take pictures of that, and we will make sure that we post it, and the team points at the end of this match. So please stay tuned. Make sure to like and follow VSN Valley Sports Network on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. All our live streams are done through YouTube, so it's always good to like and follow on there, because that is where our platform is set at on our YouTube channel.
Bleeding time is stopped, and we're back in action. That'll be the end of the first period. Martinez has chose to defer. Excuse me, Smith deferred. Martinez chose down. And a 2 near fall and a 2 reversal awarded. Well, Martinez is certainly aggressive and working for that pin. And there it is.
A way to turn it around right there. Good job.
Yeah. Less than halfway through the second period. Right. Now we're coming to the big guys. 288 pounders. Tevin Tauta from San Marcos against Jace Watson from Olympian. Is that Taufa? Tavita Taufa?
I think it sounds really a lot better than I would pronounce it, I believe.
With a beautiful headlock. Let's take down at least 2 near fall coming. And he got 3 near fall. Folks, I think we just saw the winner of the Best Takedown in the Finals award. Will, I think we just saw the winner of the Best Takedown in the Finals award.
And he might have got a double on it. Huh?
This is a heck of a match.
Just a reminder, people, following this match, we will have Granite Hills. It looks like they're running away with the points title here. So we will have Coach Jesse here with the interview. So stay tuned for after this matches are over. Still in the first period here, though, so we got plenty of time.
Locking hands. There's a locking hands penalty. Not sure what the confusion is here.
And there's never an issue if it's like a rules or a point situation. I mean, everybody wants to get it right.
That's right. And that's the whole reason we have an assistant ref on board. Possibly there was a grasping of the clothing. That's all I can think of it happened there. There's an escape red. Winner by fall, Tavita Taufa.
And that concludes Holtville Rotary Invitational Wrestling Tournament. As we get ready to tear everything down, we will take a little break and we will be back with Coach Jesse from Granite Hills on a landslide point here at Holtville. So I'm Will Torres, Robert Powell. We'll be right back after this.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today, 760-337-8600.
Hey folks, we're back. I hope you're enjoying this great night of wrestling that we've had. I've got Coach Jesse Sherd here with Granite Hills right after his first team victory in the Holtville Invitational Wrestling Tournament. How you feeling, Coach?
Feeling great, feeling great. You know, the kids came out today, or yesterday and today, wrestled tough, took home the team title. We have 3 champs with 9 in the finals tonight. It's feeling pretty awesome.
Yeah, this is the first time you guys have won this tournament, correct? And what a great showing.
Yes, it's the first time Granite Hills has ever won Holtville.
Let's talk a little bit about the program that you've built there at Granite Hills. How long have you been the head coach?
This will be my 6th year.
Okay, and what do you, obviously the team is doing just great this year. What do you attribute to your success? Do you have a lot of seniors on your team?
No, we actually, we have 13 seniors, but only 3 of them were starters this year. We got a lot of juniors, and honestly, it's the kids buying in, kind of just, cheering each other on, making sure they're working hard, holding each other accountable, and it's kind of having fun. That was kind of our goal all year. Work hard and have fun while we're doing it.
Oh, that's great. And what about your assistants? You must have some good technicians on your staff.
Oh yeah, we got a group of good coaches, that come out every day, take the time away from their family to make sure they're here, making sure they're committed to our kids and just grinding away with their kids, a good group of coaches that work really hard.
Okay, and we both know this kind of thing doesn't happen without a good group of freshmen and maybe some kind of feeder program. Do you have a feeder program coming in?
Oh yeah, we have a Granite Wrestling Club. It's our youth program here at Granite. We're starting to get some of those kids trickling in. But yeah, a good group of freshmen that came in. I think we have a total of 70 kids in our program, or the high school program right now at the end of the year, which I think is the first time ever for us. Usually you have a couple kids kind of fall off, but we're holding steady at 70 right now.
That's great, and certainly a shout out to them. A victory like this in a tough tournament doesn't happen without that group also, right?
Oh, exactly. We got a whole group of people helping us out with our youth, our admin at Granite, the families, my mom, always making sure the kids are taken care of, whether it's a dual meet, the food for the tournaments. We got a team, our team mom's great. We just got a great group of, it's a family here at Granite Wrestling, and make sure that, the kids are well taken care of every day.
Yeah, it certainly takes a heck of a lot of work, too, by the head coach. You pretty much got to live it, especially during the season. And these kind of things don't happen in the offseason. I want to wish you guys luck on the way forward here in the postseason, and what a great group of kids. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for doing this.
Again, I hope you all enjoyed tonight's wrestling. A shout out to VSN. What a great thing they're doing for high school athletes. This is Robert Powell with VSN, and we'll see you later.